hit gap timings, or even just swap and put zAAz in towards mid. I could also see that being a available option for Pigeons. I guess, again, we're going to have to wait and see now. Vertigo up next. NIP, you need to start strong. NIP, you need to win a pistol round. I believe in you. So we'll have to see what happens.
Believe in yourself.
True.
That's the first step to achieving anything. Believe in yourself and love yourself. Smoke in towards gap. They are fast as charges on through, taking all of the space. The bomb isn't actually even here yet, but they've completely taken the site. And it's a fake. It's a trick. Yep. It's a ruse. They've pulled a fast one on NIP and they've found the B bomb site. Yeah,
you could tell that was always going to be a fake with the fact that that smoke's thrown so fast out of spawn. NIP not ready for the amount of pace that Pigeons are providing up there, and I feel like you hear so many of these players. naomi's still on the bomb side, just trying to gut them all out. zAAz takes the space, but it's Jenkin that tries to lead forward. At least there's trades available. They keep going back and forth, and there's a flank on as well. 23 in the back lines. AIM sticking the smoke. Knives out for Cat, and she can't manage to do it. She will finally put the blade in the back, but AIM has defused the bomb.
Smoke kit combo prevails for AIM. Cat gets plenty of cash off the back of it, but NIP win out that pistol, and that was a pacey one, right? The fake out, they got the space on towards B, but zAAz gets caught on the flank. It means that all of the CTs can then focus their attention on towards B, and the extra lurk that was meant to come through at the end is too late. The bomb's already defused at that point. So I really like the proactivity at how fast NIP were to respond to B and just get on top of it.
It was really good protocols as well. It was the flash play, and this time they were all ready to go. It was immediate, and the trades were there, which is so often hindering them, especially on that first map of Overpass. So good to see them already just kind of recover. The smoke has gone deep down the gap, which makes things a little bit tricky for tory. She needs to clean it out instantly. It will be zAAz over towards A, primarily on this map. She started here on both sides, going to now try and creep and crawl her way up towards short. No one home at the moment for NIP. In fact, tory just wants to try and take these fights. AIM prevails with the first. Naomi is here as well, and Naomi can just about find that headshot and will fall back in time.
6-second kill. That was like her last bullet to find that. She was in such an uncomfortable position the entire time. Critical that she finds that. That was a double layering with the FAMI, and it could have all fallen apart, but each of them picks up a frag. And it's only AIM that falls. Naomi's not done. She's grouping up with her mates and they're walking on forward. Anna's on the angle, but Naomi finds the kill and another. We called upon the zAAz to get here, and Naomi certainly has arrived. And Kat's walking straight into her again. Does pause for a moment. But 1 versus 4 maybe feels a little bit too tricky. Given a little bit of space to work with, though. She's been able to thread her way through. Spots out Naomi, can't find the kill, and now they can swing in tandem. That's a beautiful hold from Naomi.
I'll be honest, though, that, again, looks scary. You got the player advantage for NIP, but they are just going to group and they are going to take the space, and they're being incredibly proactive in what they want to achieve. Good hold by AIM initially, and that just sets up Naomi. Good disengage, and then reinforced pushes with her teammates. 2-0, no bomb, no money now for Pigeons. This is exactly the kind of start that NIP desperately needed.
They're just going to run at them, try and put the pace on, try and overwhelm, but the utility is fantastic from NIP. Now there's plenty of reinforcements here. Smoke can be deployed to maybe just get the bomb down. That would be a big win if they can pull that off. I think it's going to be very difficult with the utility and the player count here. Managed to get forward to the site. The utility surely should prevent this. No, not ready for it. Okay, so the bomb plan comes through.
Yeah, I felt like she definitely could have used that molly earlier, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Round win is still good here for NIP. Pigeons just going to try and run them down with the pistols. Not happening. At least it's 5 alive, and also positional switch, because when NIP played Bigger Keeper in kind of that qualification game last season, AIM wasn't on the A-bomb site at all, and she's now started over here quite a lot. So new personnel means new positions as well, which is cool to see. NIP just feeling proactive in kind of the roles that they can change off the back of different pieces being integrated. And I think that's all off the back of the style of AWP ramziiN is as well. She's very proficient with the rifles, but also when she snipes, when she kind of takes the lead with the AWP, she isn't really one of those players that likes to immediately get involved early. She will try and set up the team for success.
Speaking of getting involved early, Anna looking to get onto the board. Has posted up the angle, the AWP, and a flashbang on over is a little bit mistimed. Tory burns Kiara alive. Good counter utility. She almost goes down herself. An opening kill is found by the Pigeons over towards B.
Good space being taken by Naomi as well. Even though it looks like on the minimap she's reset, she pushed the entirety of short. She had a peek down gap, had a look, didn't see anything. And now AIM is just responsible for jump spotting. Anna's going to be trained on this angle. Not going to hit the shot. So that AIM can just drop her incendiary and fall back to safety. That's brave from Jenkin.
Felt like she had to get something done though, right, with the player disadvantage. Need information so they could perhaps stack somewhere. And you know, plenty of bodies over here. Cat cops her HE. She manages to scale out. Nice shot from ramziiN. Just catches her head as she goes on through. Still a fighting chance for NIP in this one. Anna is close in the angle with the AWP. Everyone is here. And Anna finds Naomi. That's going to be maybe the signal for ramziiN to try and escape. She's still sticking around, but not for long. Put in the ground. AIM. What could you do in this position? Not a lot, I would say.
That's always a difficult retake for NIP. They had no flashbangs. I'm surprised they did hang around for that long. Look at zAAz, already in spawn, holding for a chance to grab a kill. It's AIM. Her aim is snappy. Well, at least deny a couple of rifles going forward for Pigeons. Will she be brave, drop down, and have a little bit of a look for the AK? No. Values her life a lot more.
Aim in the name, aim in the game. A nice one on the board for Pigeons, and really it was just finding that first kill and then catching the overextension that came after that. So a good way to get things started. ramziiN with her AWP. She now gets one out on the CT side. Just press up in towards middle. Lock off that position. AIM peeks and is lucky that she decides to swing back because Anna was about to post on the spot. AIM given a 5, but tory can't quite connect. So Pigeons do get control of ramp.
This is another fake out. At least for a moment. 23 is just hoping that NIP will overextend again over the sort of the wooden panel. That's where Kiara and Jenkin have both shown themselves to be in previous rounds. Not happening this time though. And there is zAAz. Okay, so she is definitely going to be looking to try and find opportunities and hit timings up gap.
Well, speaking of timings, Kat has found Kiara. And that's given the space in towards B. 23 is very lucky to be alive after that utility came through. They managed to get a lot of bodies here. AIM has found the lurk of zAAz as well. Bomb being planted, but take a look at Jenkin in the smoke, not accounted for, and she walks right on through after finding one. Cat behind default, able to clear her. Not quite enough to find the kill. HP advantages with NIP for a moment. Another smoke comes on forward. Anna posted on the angle, waiting for AIM to come over the top. Smoke fades. Other one's a bit deeper. I got to walk into her crosshair, and she is ready for them. And a second from Anna. A swing and a hit every single time. ramziiN just has to, also Naomi has to bail with ramziiN's AWP. Pigeons will get 2 consecutive.
It's too easy. Again, these retakes falling flat, lack of utility for NIP. And if you can't force Anna off the angle, you're just going to be walking right into a territory. She thrives on just picking and choosing where she wants to go, and she is so sharp. that second kill, just a pre-aim on towards the generators, knowing, expecting that all these players are going to be here. Nice timing as well for this B push. It came off the back of zAAZ's contact. This one here is just so disgusting from Ana. It feels like she always has had the head-to-head advantage in those fights over ramziiN. With that AWP, that is the only piece that is brought forward. There's no money ready for NIP, so off the back of their strong start, Pigeons have immediately responded.
Naomi actually finds Ana. So that saved AWP strikes first blood. And they've stacked a number of players over towards B, knowing that the immediate response off the back of that AWP firing off is a pounce onto the site. Cat is low, and she's still fighting players. Has the support of Tory by her side. The AWP has come on over, and the AWP does find its mark. So they're making this work. It's all about getting Naomi activated. Still trying to force the issue into B. Everyone is here. On the T side, they want to keep going. Good flashbang. Naomi is eventually dealt with. And that should be the danger. Tory makes sure it doesn't get any more difficult. Aim can't even get into the site. The Molotov Guardian prevents her access. That's quite a nice kill on the Tory. It's not impossible. Aim has been hitting shots. A 1v3, we've already seen some today. As edges on forward, but finds the target. 3-3. Pigeons even things up. Yeah,
they are really noticing this B bomb site is a weakness. And even though you've got players rotated over, the AWP has shown itself over at B. I've found a nice shot onto Ana. Pigeons just remain just so tunnel vision into taking this bomb site. They just feel like they can do it. And they're just going to keep forcing the issue. Tactical timeout. The NIP needs to kind of address this, and the obvious counter towards a lot of pressure being applied to B is to either send an extra player there or just have players that push mid, and you can just sort of enable these quick flanks. A has never really been the problem for NIP. It has been the other side of the map that has really been struggling.
Right, last round was just that AWP, really, so not too much to get stressed about yet, but you're absolutely right. It does feel like there is that a bit of a gap that I imagine Team Pigeons will continue to try and exploit. A whole slew of rifles out for NIP, so no AWP. Again, yeah, they're really sending a lot of bodies on the T side to be early. In fact, it's 3 of them coming on over. Cat's going really fast in. Thought she had a timing, but the counter utility this time keeps her at bay.
Yeah, nicely works. Now you look towards A, and you look to see what these other players can find. Aim, peeking Craner, blow open the smoke as well. Just have a peek down. Nothing there. zAAZ playing just so passive. Doesn't want to kind of be the first domino to fall. Doesn't want to be that player to make the mistake. Especially newly coming into this roster. So just bide their time. After showing presence and a hefty amount of it over towards B, Pigeons reset A, but that's a lovely flash timing. Kiara will get the information, no one home, and she could even push if she wanted. Oh, she is.
zAAZ having a look. Molotov is going to land on Aim's position. She has to smoke it off, and the flashbang is good to get her out, but Naomi, it cost her life. zAAZ is fast on the trade as well. Quick up through gap. She's already scaling in towards short. Flames come over the top. A site is under their control. ramziiN is forced back into the depths of hell from the flames. Being kept at bay, and this is all the while 23 works her way through to mid. She's in the back lines, and she's about to find both of them. Kiara on her own flank, though. This could be the difference. Ana is spotted, but just goes around the corner on the time that Kiara peeks, and of course Ana's able to get that swing onto her. 2 players so low, but ramziiN needs to go fast. First is hers. 23, does she peek? No, not revealing herself just yet. ramziiN comes on forward, hoping for the first, and it's another headshot. 1 HP. It feels just unfair, but it's Pigeons winning out the round.
Yeah, that's so unlucky again for NIP. They did everything in that round. They knew exactly where Pigeons were going to go. Kiara was just honestly too slow on the flank. And that's probably just because she was a little bit worried because she hasn't had the best start to this series in general. wanted to clear every corner, but by her taking her time, it put a lot of pressure on the defenders to really try and live and survive. That's what they were playing for, survival, so Kiara could be that win factor. Pigeons had one of their own in 23. Relegated back down to pistols again is NIP. Whilst all this is going on, a reminder, look, we've also got that B stream, the community going on. Team Spirit versus 1 win. Map 1 just finished, Lucy. 1917 in favor of Team Spirit.
Good lord. So a double overtime. Crazy. Even with a bit more pace here in this one. Double HEs. Not gonna spot anyone. No one tucked in towards the Sandy B. Pigeons being very thorough on their space taking. But everyone from NIP is here. It's a good stack, a good flash forward as well. Aim has found one. Able to deal with most of these players. ramziiN gets a kill back. She's eventually dealt with, so I like the idea, but overwhelmed by the sheer number of rifles.
That's also now 3 times that NIP have fought into Crane over ramp, and it's creating so much room for zAAz. Does get her 3 kills into this one, but I feel like that's something that NIP will also just need to consider going forward on these gun rounds. When you're fighting ramp, there's different ways you can approach it, and the same play, whilst it has netted a few kills, has also undone you in a number of these rounds, because zAAZ has been uncontested in pretty much every single one of her adventures.
Anna's turn to hunt. Bit of a different approach from Pigeons this time. A couple of players over towards B. Kiara finds first blood. That's going to actually force Anna back and a bit of a reset on their approach. Back over towards A, where at least some space has been gathered for free by zAAZ, who's kind of just walked on up ramp in towards Gap, not spotted anyone yet.
Yeah, they're really neglecting Gap at NIP. They are just peeking it now on the double. Aim thrown utility. That will again invite zAAZ to have a little bit of a peek, but she's waiting for the rest of her team to get a little bit closer. This will be the A execute.
3 bodies here. Naomi with the denial utility as well. Actually going to chuck it on forward. Aim swings around. Nice maneuvers. Tory is fast and she is furious. Fights her way in, but a lot of damage done. Bomb is able to be planted. The smoke in towards elevator makes it difficult for NIP, and Tory knows that with low HP, she has to make a bit more of a hero play. She walks on forward to a danger angle. Jenkin, will she clear? Oh, it doesn't matter. Tory goes forward and she dismantles them. No chance on the retake. Kiara has to step up and come on through, but 23 swings on in. And in the smoke, Kiara gets lost. Pigeons continue their run.
What a play from Tory. Here's the utility. The grenade pin's being pulled as she just goes around the corner. She knows that NIP aren't going to commit without the utility. Such overwhelm and a riskless fight to take if you're Tory, because anyway, you're 1 bullet away from death, so you might as well just try and make a play. You might as well make a little bit of a nuisance out yourself. She does anything but. That was incredible from Tory. And it's one of those where that's a soul-crushing round. Again, look, you find the opening kill here from Kiara. It feels like you've got a good setup. zAAZ finally dealt with by aim. A 3-on-3 retake, and it's just, in a matter of moments, it just gets completely disintegrated.
That one stings a little bit. Tory, great maneuvers. And it feels like, yeah, Pigeons have just been able to get onto A pretty consistently for free. They go almost every round, basically, of this map. They're getting a bomb plant. I don't know if there's anywhere they've just died before they planted the bomb. Maybe the Glock round. No, actually, I think the pistol round, they even, like, when they didn't have guns, they were still able to get the bomb down.
Kiara is so isolated. This is a great call from Pigeons. You've shown so much presence here, now you're just leading with utility. Kiara, all she can do is just hop over this smoke, pray that there's reinforcements. Cat gets a little bit overwhelmed, and the scaling from Pigeons actually has not come in. I thought it would be right there with Cat, and it hasn't been. It's allowed Kiara all this space, and now Jenkins reinforcing. This is completely fallen apart. zAAz close to the smoke. Will find her mark, but now there's just so many players just overwhelming. And Anna, she's already being pincered. What a round from Kiara. What a round for NIP, but for Pigeons, it felt like they really should have gone earlier.
Yeah, that was a little wacky. Kiara just drops the smoke, and that smoke basically wins them the round, right? The amount of space she gets off it, she can just stay alive and hang out, dancing around it. Get to see it from her POV as she swings out to left, she swings out to right. And it's good night. Second kill is pretty nasty.
Look at the speed. Tory burnt to a cinder nearly. We're going to get this fight. Oh, I was going to say aim was going to swing. Instead, it's the nade of Naomi that finishes the job. zAAz eager to once again go gap, because once more NIP are pushing from Crane.
Oh, zAAz could be in danger though. Anna's in danger actually. Meets them.
This is really smart, by the way, from zAAz.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh.
ramziiN's found her. Sticking with the AWP. Aim is in a very uncomfortable spot, stuck behind the smoke. So ramziiN comes over to give it a little bit of support, a flashbang over the top as well. Aim is still just staying in here. She can't stay here forever though, because a second volley of Molotovs can come over as soon as it fades. You can see Anna is just ready to flush her out.
Yeah.
I mean, what could you do?
I like the idea of her staying there, because it's trying to just disguise that she had escaped and there wasn't anyone there, but that was a lot of investment of utility for NIP. Now Kiara's the only one with a smoke over at B, and NIP think it might be that B bomb site as well, and it isn't. ramziiN now completely alone. A smoke wall just completely obstructs what she wants to see. Wallbang also not connecting. I feel like you have to go for this retake if you're NIP. You need something. And Cat and Anna are low.
Got the resources to go for it. Kiara can go in first with this MP9 as well. Oh, and if the Molotov goes in towards sandbags, yeah, Anna has to run. Gets ahead of those spots that's soaring through the air so she can get out of there, reposition Kiara. Oh, that flashbang gets everybody, but Kiara able to swing and find it, but the kill already comes through and Anna has found her mark. Kiara can't find the kill in time. Anna is quick with it. And off the back of that, it's 7 for Pigeons.
Even though she got shut down, zAAz is making all the right plays in short. Because Anna was the first line of defense for Pigeons in that A ramp. As soon as she spots the player, she's the one dropping utility. There's a player that's also swinging from top yellow to kind of disguise, hey, that's the gap player. And then zAAz was going to try and backstab them on the flank. Unfortunately for her, ramziiN was watching, but it was definitely the right call to make. And again, just fast pacing up here for Pigeons. They're completely disrespecting what NIP want to try and do in this round. But they need to appreciate the utility, because once more, 23, zAAZ, they are kind of licking their wounds. There's so much damage that has been done by the early grenades.
Yeah, it's been a consistent thing from NIP. It's been really good to see the amount that they can inflict early.
They're doing it again. The same fight.
Not spotting anyone. Pigeons are just sitting back expecting a push to come through. Oh, Naomi's in for a world of hurt. Every crosshair trained on her position. Anna spots aim on the jump up. NIP are very split in their defense. They're still keeping 2 towards B. Even with this information from down below.
This is very common for NIP in their defense. More often than not, it will always be sort of the 2 players that float in the mid to late round. They will give mid over, which is why 23 has been having a lot of success kind of on her flanks. This is just so disciplined from Pigeons that now they're announcing that they're here. They're taking so much space. Look, they're not ready for it whatsoever. Just the sheer numbers escalating up the A ramp. Jenka needs to live. We'll just about manage it. Bomb not yet planted for Pigeons. So this is still a winnable round here for NIP. Kiara's on the flank as well. Cat needs to address this alongside Anna. There's just too many people to aim at.
So many of these players end up with the tiniest amount of health remaining. It feels like in every single one of these rounds for Pigeons, yet still they prevail. NIP unable to finish the job they start. Anna with a rare miss, but a player spotted, time running out, and there's two of them versus the four Pigeons, and it just feels like they're ready to lock this one in, and they do. 23 and Cat get a kill apiece, and it's an 8-4 half on Vertigo.
Against the wall, this is the moment I break free. Nothing can tear me apart, but nothing in life comes easy. So we can put in the time, climb to new heights, higher than mountains. Nothing can pick up the stride, oh, we go light it up. It don't matter what they say, we can face it all. We can fight it, we can beat it. Today, we go light it up. Nobody's leaving now. We gotta finish the last race. Nobody's stepping out. Cause how can you win if you can't see? We gotta put in the time, climb to new heights, higher than mountains. Nothing can break up the stride, Oh, we go light it up. It don't matter what they say. We can face it all. We can fight, we can beat it. Today, we go light it up. We won't let it slip away. We can face it all. We can fight it. We can beat it. We can save another day. We can face it all. We won't sleep or fall. We can face it all. Oh, we go light it up. No matter what they say, we won't take another fall. We can fight, we can beat, we can save another day.
NIP did what I asked for in the early rounds of the first half, but then it was just all team Pigeons. It felt like you just could not kill these players on the T side. Always left with scraps, fighting for their lives, just on low HP, and yet they're still finding multi-kills. And it's one of those maps where you take a look at it and you think, damn, what more can we do to really claim these rounds? It just was not going in NIP's favor.
Speed, the favor of NIP into this one, all the way through the middle, over towards Guardian. Cat does try and fight Kiara, but fails in her endeavors, which means B is breached. The bomb is planted, and a retake commences. Anna, HE over the top, but they are off default. Actually, ramziiN goes into the position that AIM had been in and does cop the HE. with Kiara finding a second. This all comes down to how good these flashes are. First one over the top. Gonna give zAAz some space to scale through. A second one to follow up. She is really getting a lot of space, but it's all by design. NIP sit back, wait for Pigeons to come to them, and then they are the ones that swoop in. Anna, Clutch Queen, can't win this one. How many can she take down? One, and maybe two if the bomb goes off.
Close for Pigeons.
Oh,
you
just
can kind of see like the stars almost aligning for them, especially with like the HE and the follow-up flashbangs. But it was really well handled from NIP. The post plant was just perfect. Every person is just swinging off the back of contact. They're all ready to be in a position to be able to trade, and there's no sort of isolated links. Everyone is tethered together quite nicely across the bomb site. So 2 out of 2 pistols for NIP. All USPs for Pigeons. That allows NIP a chance to close the score line and start to believe a little bit more. 23 with the Copenhagen Flame stickers on the USP. Psychological, perhaps?
Maybe she just likes the logo.
I'm reaching. No.
I was really sad when Flames, just as an organization, disappeared. I felt like they were really good at bringing up new talent, both in the women's and men's scene.
Yeah, agreed.
Also, Flames Shield Maidens was like such an unnecessarily hard name. Like,
True.
like that is sick. All right, overwhelmed. AK for free.
But the bomb site for free. That's fine. That's a nice trade. You get AK, we receive round win. Like that's fine. You're happy with that if you're NIP. Maybe Jenkins can go on a hunt with the MAC-10, try and get some weaponry sort of out of the hands of Pigeons, but also some money in a bank account. You know that they weren't armored. Why are you laughing?
It's just you said the weaponry out of the hands of Pigeons. It's just like that. It's just such a funny sentence. Like I was just thinking of like Pigeons just walking around with like AK-47s.
Well, I mean, there is one. Literally, there is one right there.
Yeah, it's just such a like. Just picture that. Like
what an angle that is, by the way.
arms.
That's a disgusting angle from Tory. Sorry, you focus on Pigeons with like tiny hands. I'll focus on the cool angles that I'm seeing in game.
There's this like TikTok account where this guy like doodles arms on like birds and does voiceovers for them. It's really funny.
I don't have TikTok.
Yeah, it's a Gen Z thing. You wouldn't get it.
No, I wouldn't.
Like me, I'm down with the kids.
Too old. Yes.
AF. For real, for real. No cap.
I don't know what any of that means.
Ah. Well, anyway, you can go back to glazing NIP.
Or like a donut? Okay, cool. Flash being set up by 23. Be quiet. Flash being set up for 23 potentially, but zAAz has already just walked ahead of the utility. Nade blows open the smoke. zAAz doesn't see anything. We'll respond with a smoke of our own. So ramp control just acquired by Pigeons without having to do too much.
Anna's flirting with an AWP that has no armor behind it as well, worth noting. She's just looking down mid from a passive position in CT spawn. It's very slow from NIP, but it feels like they're about to pounce. But that flashbang, well timed, but they don't swing off it. Tory just gets info. That's set up zAAZ for a moment, but Abe and Naomi in quick succession. At 23, will she be overlooked? No utility's gone through yet, and she's just sitting here, waiting for her moment to strike, and I think she might have been completely forgotten about. An unknown extra element. This round completely hinges on what she can find. Anna has come on forward to default, but misses her chance. 23 in the back lines, not spotted, not cleared. She's waiting for the moment. Oh, Naomi does eventually come back. 23 was so patient for so long, but couldn't quite find the timing. Cat gets hers at the very least. The 2v3 and Anna falls. No armor to defend her. Means it's all under Cat, and Cat's fighting forward. Gets a kill. Such a little HP though, and no kit for her. Needs a perfect couple of kills. AIM protected by the box. Kiara's watching the walkout, so AIM doesn't need a move at all. Comes down to Kat. She has to be the one that takes the initiative, has to be the one that fights forward, and it's straight into Kiara.
Well handled from NOP, but again, that is almost deja vu from Overpass. However, the team that throws the utility is Pigeons. Like, there was a flashback that came over the top there from the defense, and it made Naomi turn around, and that's how she was able to spot 23, who was just lying in wait the entire time. Unfortunate for the CT side, because you feel like 23 is guaranteed at least a double kill. Good nade. Hefty damage onto Anna.
Tory's hero AWP already brought down low, and Jenkin, okay, 1 for 1. Now you know the AWP's in play. How do you respond to this threat?
By going B. But you're still going into a double-layered setup. zAAz can't find her mark. Cat does damage onto AIM, but it's no kill. Can drop the smoke, just waiting for the util to almost fade. Trying to buy as much time as possible. Anna now gets into position. NOP do not need to commit into this B bomb site. I think that's what they're starting to realize. Naomi resets, calls the rest of her team over in support. Twins lead the charge as they poke and prod towards A. And I really like this as well. Just the fact that ramziiN and AIM are just in a crossfire. So if Pigeons start to get a little bit sort of interested in pushing and going for these flanks, they're going to be shut down.
Yeah, this is nice. You've got the player advantage. You know an AWP's in play, but it's likely not got anything around it. So send a player to see what's going on elsewhere on the map. And when Naomi finds this clear, they could just walk back. They can head over towards A, and it's all fine. Or they just wait for her to walk all the way through, which actually seems like the play they're going to go for. Time, the determining factor in it. So it still gets a little bit scary. Anna's here. She's trying to get ahead of the util though, and the flames burn her, and now Naomi strikes at the perfect time. Could not have been better for her to swing on through, jumping around the corner. She gets Kat flying through the smokes, and Naomi can't quite find the final kill, but she did everything in that round.
That's really terrifying. The fact that they still commit to the B bomb site is because they didn't have any information in towards mids, and they were worried that Pigeons might have pushed through, especially after Anna gets the kill there. You don't really know where she's gone. That molly ticks up and over default to the point where it does force her straight into Naomi. So it's fine. NOP, they're able to recover. They've now equalized the scoreline as well, but that was a singular AWP and just pistols. This time it's all the guns out for Pigeons.
Crazy just how often Anna's had an AWP, considering Pigeons have been losing this CT side. There's been 3 of the 4 rounds where she's had an AWP.
This is fast, and that drop's also been heard. Okay. How was that favored Cat? How has she been able to find those 2 kills? I was looking at that thinking, NOP have got really good space here in towards middle, but that's the bomb ultimately dropped. Now it's just Naomi and Kiara. They have to try and recover the round. And they've got no utility to do it either. Nades litter the bomb site floor and incendiary the follow-up. They know exactly where the twins are coming from.
Just got to rely on their aim. The 2 versus 4. And they're locked out. The utility just continues to come on over. And they're not done yet.
There's 2 more mollies.
Oh my god, they're just going to keep throwing them forward. This is so annoying for Naomi and Kiara. They're waiting for the moment where they can finally strike, but yeah, I think they're just calling it off. There's no way through.
They're also heard. 23, I think it's just called that information over, that there was a step towards the back of the generator. Now Tory's worried about a potential flank. There's another molly, just for good measure. Has to be a save. That's such a shame for NOP, because again, they had such good space there, and it really felt like where they were going to get the jump on Cat, that it was going to at least be a 1-for-1. They were going to be able to secure it, but Cat just goes absolutely nuclear. Anna takes the first contact. They're not ready for the rifler to be up so close.
Counter-terrorists win.
Huge round from Cat. Trying to do something different, this middle presence, but yeah, she's just able to step up from a pretty difficult angle to fight into if you're the T side, to be fair, just because the way she gets the covering angle there, you've got to fight up an awkward angle while an AWP is kind of present as well. Last time out for NIP, T side has been good so far. Till this moment where maybe a bit of faltering. Or maybe just a bit of settling for the Pigeons.
How many? Have you got any more? You've done so many pigeon puns, Lucy. Like, have you got, now with 20 seconds left this freeze time, have you got them all out of your system?
No.
The answer there was no.
Do you know the different types of pigeon?
Yeah, you've got Kat, Anna, 23, Tory, and zAAz.
God.
And high ski.
I
The
feel
rare
my
coach
eyes
pigeons.
rolling
Yeah, I know.
through the microphone. Got them audible eyes.
That sounds so gross. Like, they just make noise when you blink.
Yeah.
It's like a squelch. Like, oh,
Yeah, it's an absolute squelch.
horrible. Cool nade. That's spot out aim, who's been amazing all series, to be honest. Cops a HE for her troubles, though, and that is kind of the player you want to isolate from NIP. The one that is really doing the significant amount of damage. 23 once again stuck behind the sandbags. Aim takes another HE to the dome. More utility pushing NIP up this ramp, and 23 strikes. Will capitalize on it. Now feels a little bit trapped. Now needs supports for team, and their strike zAAZ. 23 is doing everything. One more kill from this position. NIP cannot get the best of Pigeons up ramp.
Yeah, it feels like they got to taste their own medicine there, just with the utility, which was bombarding Pigeons all throughout their T side. NIP bring back the same energy towards them. Jenkins spotted with the bomb in hand. Doesn't feel good for her chances, especially with zAAZ pushing around the corner. She'll be there to ensure she goes down, some AKs to be recovered, and double digits for the Pigeons.
Just look at this again. It is honestly despicable how much work 23 is getting done just being in that sandbags pressure, and then yet again all the contact is taken by Pigeons, and zAAZ just finds the gap, is able to grab the kills. Tech 9s for NIP. It's a familiar story of being able to recover in a game and then it just slips away. Never really feels like they're in control. I think what's been good to see from NIP, though, is that they've always had a really decisive plan of kind of where they want to end, how they want to approach the rounds. They are just being shut down by the individuals of Pigeons. Cool nades, ready?
Ooh. Fast move. Able to get away from them. Naomi does burst through onto Anna, though. Tori stepping on in from the elevator, gets hers back. 23 holding for the swing on over, and they're dealing with this split with ease. Kiara does get the space on towards B, but the bomb is once again out of her hands. It's in mid. It's two Molotovs. Is she going to face the same fate from the round a couple of rounds ago, where
Probably.
it's a barrage of flames looking out the angle?
I feel like the bomb in rounds like this should not be going mid. I feel like it should always be with the players that are creeping up the extremity of the bomb site. Because that's now 2 rounds in which NIP have put themselves in a really difficult position where the B players have actually got the kills onto the site. But the bomb's just been dropped in no place to be able to really recover it. You can forgive them for that Tech 9 round, but again, with the rifles, like it's a very familiar round. It would just give them a lot more space. It would give them the bomb plant as a guarantee. And it means that ramziiN would have more chances to potentially be on the AWP.
Aim spots out 23, but 23 finds Naomi first. Utility goes both ways, and Aim is blown out of the server. ramziiN has slipped through gap, but you can see already the communication's on point. Tory knows fully that this is an opening So ramziiN thought she maybe had an opportunity, but it's not there. Kiara is now known thanks to the HE that's flowing through, and Cat makes quick work of her. It's a team ace. Everyone from the Pigeons taking a peck at it.
All right. I'm excited to see if you can just keep up this form whenever we cast them. The utility is just... The utility is just so overwhelming. Like, honestly, like, it's felt like whenever NIP want to scale up A, they are just being completely obliterated. And 23 will continuously go to the sandbags because she's always having just ease. Acceleration up B this time. Cat does get overwhelmed, but will still take one to the grave for the incendiary. 23 forced out. Has to be a retake effort now from Pigeons.
HE perfectly executed onto ramziiN. Good damage. She's brought down incredibly low. Tory's worried about a flank. It's not coming, but zAAZ's flank is. Finds Jenkins. 23 gets ramziiN, and for Kiara and AIM, they have everything to do if they want to keep NIP in this map. AIM is dispatched of, and it's all Kiara, and only for a moment. 23 through the smoke finds her kill, and Pigeons will be taking the series 2-0.
It's a shame because it really did feel like you were getting strengths out of NIP. You're seeing a different kind of brand of Counter-Strike. NIP are one spring on the server, but there's one thing that remains the same. It's still the same old Pigeons. zAAZ in the mix. zAAZ providing a lot of output. Pigeons winning 2-0. It's a statement piece to how they...